Okay. Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Hola gente, ¿cómo están? I hope everyone is having a nice day. Or night. Do you know how big is your hand, Genesis? What's it called? Matrova vein. It looks like a very nice balance pad. Yeah, if your hand is small to average, then yeah, the OP one is gonna be fucking amazing. Do you do claw grip? Or how do you grip your mouse? By the way, the way you measure your hand, let me... You basically measure from like the beginning of your palm to like your longest finger, which is in most people the middle finger. That's like the height, I guess. And the width, you basically measure your 4 knuckles here. Like this is the width of your hand, not counting the thumb, like only this. So this and this. Actually, yeah, it's basically the same grip I do. It's a very nice mouse to claw if you have a good hand size. It's also very nice for fingertip if you have a bigger hand grip. The thing is that it's not for its size, it's not very light. So like for fingertip gripping in particular, it's not that good, in my opinion. 16 to 17 to 7, yeah, then that sounds awesome. Yeah, I have mine are like a little bit under 18 and a half long and like 9 or so wide, and it was perfect for me. But it felt a little bit cramped, so maybe for you it's going to be even better. So that's awesome. I think you're really going to like it. And then besides the actual size and weight and whatever and grip or shape, the mouse itself is like top notch, like quality wise, like QC wise, like how it feels, how it's built. Like you can squeeze it, you can throw it basically, and it's going to be fine. And it is like technically, I think at least with a not stupid price tag, it is like the best performing one, like latency wise. No, you shouldn't worry about that at all, Genesis. Is your mouse is like if it has been made since like 2021 or so, it doesn't matter. Assuming it's a nice mouse, obviously. Like it honestly feels amazing. The software is actually very nice too. It doesn't have like web software, but like the app itself is very light and like very straightforward. When you gotta make sure to enable the I think it's called HPTF or something like that. It affects how the mouse clicks work. like the switches, and it makes it like a measurable amount of milliseconds like faster than regular mouse buttons. It's honestly an amazing mouse. My only gripe with it is that it's, in my opinion, too heavy for its size. But that's personal preference at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I know it sounds crazy to say that 50 grams is heavy, especially if you compare it with your G502, which is like a brick. But like nowadays, and especially considering the size of the mouse, because it is a small mouse. The OP1 is a small mouse. So I think it could easily be 40 or between 40 and 45 grams. And even less. But I understand that at that point, with shell mods and stuff like that, obviously the lighter you make it, the more you have to sacrifice structurally. So it can make it feel less like a tank, basically, because it does feel like a tank. But I personally think the trade-off is worth it. But I can also see why people would prefer it to stay like that. In my opinion, though, this is the same thing I said on stream yesterday. When they I wouldn't have released a V2 version like they did. They have a V2 of the OP1 8K wired and the OP1 4K wireless, the wireless one. They made a V2 version, which is basically a sensor update and like 1 or 2 grams lighter. Like I would have never done that. I would have waited until they could cut like 10 grams or something before making it. I honestly think it's not worth it to buy the V2 versions compared to V1. Like V1, they're basically the same. I'm not sure. Like you can make a light mouse without having cutouts. Like this one, the Hyperlight, is basically on the same tier of size, and it's like 10 grams lighter. And it doesn't. And it has holes at the bottom, which is something you can do. But the top shell is like solid, and that's awesome. That's what it's in. So te cacho que ayer, después de terminar el stream, estaba delteado por el internet, entonces me metí al Valorant a ver qué tal. Y me jugué un DM y me agregó un weón porque me preguntó la Sense. Porque me dijo que pegaba unos flicks insanos. Y hablamos lo terminé agregando después de la partida. Y hablamos como por mensaje en el Valorant. Y fue demasiado chistoso, weón. Porque yo en el Valorant tengo el nombre oculto. Y ahí empezamos a hablar y le dije como... Me preguntó como que hacía, si tenía una rutina, no sé qué. Le dije que sí, que trabajaba en Aimblaus y la weá. Le dije que fuera a mi Twitter a ver la rutina que tengo opinada del Valorant. Fue demasiado entretenido, weón. Oh, for sure, Genesis. Like, coming from the G502, the OP1 is gonna feel like a feather anyway. For sure. Like, no, honestly, the OP1 is gonna feel godlike to you, especially. Like, it is, in my opinion, QC wise, the best mouse available at the moment. So it is objectively the best in that regard, at least. And like, especially if you compare it with an old mouse like the one you have, it's going to be incredible. Que el Matías O está jugando Finals. What if instead of Mari O se llamara Marty Owo y fuera una argentina kawaii? La Martina. The pad will be noticeable too. I mean, if you have an Amazon Marpad, it is going to feel noticeable for sure. I don't think it's gonna feel bad, but you will feel a difference, and you will probably have to get used to it. And especially because you're combining a a faster pad and a way lighter mouse. So like that combination, especially, will feel way faster than what you currently have. But it's okay. Like you'll get used to it in a couple days, and like you can always lower your sense a little bit to like get used to it faster. But like I shouldn't worry. You, if I were you, I wouldn't worry about it. Like you, if it feels weird, it will feel good eventually. Yeah, right. It is so fucking addicting. It's so fun. It's one of my favorite static scenarios, just because it's actually fun to play. Should I wanna open the window? Yeah, that's basically the what this scenario is for. It's like you're basically doing only the micro motion. So this would be like isolation practice for like the micro after the flick. Yeah. Which is why in this scenario you should try to not do the whole like flicking motion. Like between these two targets, it doesn't make sense to do like a flick and a micro. Like you should try to make it one smoother but still fast, smooth but fast movement. Yeah, that's not an uncommon issue. You probably have to work on your like slowdown of the initial flick and actually give yourself the time to visually confirm and micro after. Like a lot of people apply like the flicking technique concept way too literally, so they think it's like initial flick, micro. But what they don't understand is that the flick itself isn't, the initial flick is not a linear motion. Like it's not full acceleration the whole way through. Like if you think about it, like in this scenario, it's hard to show it, but let's go from the edge of the map to the other edge here. Basically, when you're flicking, you're trying to close the gap, right? But you also have to land the flick, obviously. And it's always harder to, in anything, we're talking about like physics at this point, it's harder to stop something that's going fast. So what you have to do is you basically flick, and like then around like over half of the flick, or like in 3/4 of the flick, like on the last quarter you're traveling, you will have to try to gradually deaccelerate as you land, and that will help you have way cleaner and more precise landings. And it's going to be easier to transition into the micro itself. If you do like one huge motion, you have to like slow or like make one quick stop, and you're basically going to have shaky landings. It's going to be harder to read where you landed. You're probably going to miss more. But like if you do like a more fast and then slow down, like as you can see, like when I'm like closer to it, like you can go slower, so it's easier to actually see what you're doing and like actually land. Yeah, you can see the VOD Sutra sent. That's a Sionla VOD. And a Bulldog bot. Those two players in particular are like very good at that particular part of the technique. They're insane static players in general. They are probably the best, or were at some point at least. But they do that very consistently and very well executed. And then the other part, after, which is the thing I struggle the most with personally, is that after landing, actually like force yourself to take the couple milliseconds you need to like visually confirm if you're on target or not, and then measure that flick or click. Because it's very easy to like flick and click instantly without noticing, or like autopiloting and like not really caring very much about the micro part. Like you should try to actually see what you're doing. I mean, it's not really a gamble flick. That's the thing. Like, it is a gamble flick in the sense that you're not going to micro because you're going to do one movement. But it's not really a gamble because when you have like clusters of targets or targets that are close together, you shouldn't really be flicking at like the speed you would on like the initial flick of wider targets. Like, it is supposed to be a more controlled or smoother motion, so you're actually able to kill them with one smooth motion. But it's not really a gamble. It's not like you're throwing your mouse around hoping to hit something, you know? It's like a more controlled version of a flick. Hi, Alert. Thank you for stopping by. Alert, alert. Bro. Okay. Alert then. So like Genesis, take a look at what I'm doing here basically. Like I'm not flicking a micro aim, like doing like one movement between targets, because at this like target distance, it doesn't make sense to do both motions. Like if you were to do that, even though the flick part would be faster, doing the whole motion of like the flick and micro would still be slower than just doing one smoother motion. That's okay. You have to like actually watch the VODs Sutra sent earlier. Sionlo and Bulldog are also very smooth. The thing is that they are smooth, but they still go fast. It's normal to confuse the concept of like smoothness with going slow, but they're not the same. Like smoother is just how you like are doing the whole motion and like transition in between all the parts of the flick, but it's not really about the speed you're doing it. So like you can be smooth and fast. Except for vertical aiming. That's very common actually, Aller. Are you a tag FPS player by any chance? No? Where are you training for a specific game? Expressive things, no? Is the XY sim is it like smoothness benchmarks? Oh, I see. I wouldn't laugh, man. Or woman. I am. That's not the vibe I'm trying to cultivate here. I haven't. I've seen comparisons. An 80K. I actually have never heard about the M chose one, but 80K seems to be, yeah, the same pretty much shape wise. But from what I've seen in reviews, again, I've never had one in my hand. It is like a little bit more flimsy, I guess. Like it has worse QC basically, or quality. I'm a really fan of the Hyperlight, and both the heat scan, the mouse, and the brand itself. So if you want one, I recommend you get it like an actual Hyperlight one. I'm actually probably going to get two more on either January or February, whenever they make the next batch, which is going to be. I talked with one of the owners of the company, and he said it's going to be either January or February. Yeah, exactly. It's very good. It's a 40 fucking gram mouse, and like if you squeeze it, it doesn't make any sound. It's like honestly amazing. To me, at the moment at least, it is my main for sure. I've used a lot of mice, and for my playstyle, preference, grip, whatever, I figured my preference is like anything similar to the Lanzo Atlantis Mini, the Viper V3, the Viper Mini, sorry, and the OP1. And to me, this mouse is like the perfect combination of those. Because I love the OP1, but to me it was too thin. And I love the Lanzo Atlantis Mini, but to me it was slightly too wide. And this one is literally like in the middle. So it's honestly amazing. I have like 12 dots, I think. Yeah, 6 and 6. That's fine. Honestly, adding more the only thing more dots do, I think in theory it makes it a little bit slower having more. But what I like about having more dots is that it makes it so mousepad textures feel, or actually rather, are less noticeable. And I do like to change between different pads, so it makes them feel more samey in that regard, like hand feeling. It's like hard to describe, but like we're using a Raiden Hien or whatever. Sorry, Raiden Hien, Narisen Hien. If you have like a couple dots, like you actually when you put your mouse over it, you actually feel like the little bumps and like textures. I don't really like to feel that. Also, about the new batch of the Hyperlight. No, this is the Type 99. Um, about the new batch of the Hyperlight, as you can see, here it's a little bit like shinier on the camera because I added like plastic to it, like plastic stickers. Because the one flaw of this mouse, in my opinion, is that the battery is exposed. So like it's like the glue of the battery rather is exposed. So like because the bottom of the mouse has holes, they basically have the holes. They added the glue or whatever they used to stick it, and then the battery. And the issue with that is that because of the holes, anything can get stuck to like the actual glue. So like you can get like hair or dust or whatever. But what they're doing for like the next batch is that they're adding like a little tray a little a little plastic part basically, so that it doesn't happen anymore. Just got it in my opinion. And honestly, insane from a small company like any other company. Uh, either wouldn't give a fuck or they would make a V2 version with that thing. But no, they are fixing it within the V1 timeline, I guess, and like releasing it. The thing was a dust miner, yeah. It happened to me on the Viper V3. The Viper V3 has a solid bottom, but I added like a custom one with holes, and it was fucking disgusting. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy actually. Like you can, and you can be very clean actually. You can clean your setup. You can try to remove the holes, but the little hairs or whatever. But eventually, it's going to be full anyway. I think it depends on the brand. I don't remember how good the OP1 ones are, like the default ones. I assume they're probably not bad. But to me, it's more of a consistency thing. Again, just like the amount of dots. Any new mouse I get to like compare, I add the dots I like to them, so that it's like so that it feels the same, so that it doesn't make one mouse feel better than the other, basically. And I also like faster skates, and I think most default mouse fit are like slightly more balanced or controlled, so I like to replace them. No need to clean your setup at that point. Yeah, it's like a fucking vacuum cleaner. Also, hi Louis. Sorry, I think I didn't say hi when you first appeared in chat. I have no idea what that is, Genesis. Oh, that's cool. I don't know how well it works or like how big is the database, but like it sounds like a nice idea. It's street. Shirinkai V2. I think you technically wouldn't, right? Because it's discontinued. Or is it back already? I don't remember. They're not bringing it back? No, that's sad, actually. The most unlucky combo, yeah. It's crazy to think that some people do talk like that. Widowmaker? Overwatch? Widower? Widowmaker? Overwatch? Mario W? Voltaic? Voltaic didn't improve my method? Lograr 56? Basically. And that you love me. I'm going way too slow. Sounds good, Lewis. Take care. Thank you for stopping by. Good night. When I see the cartels for gangs in the US start speaking like upper class British. Why? Would that also mean that upper class British people would start talking like cartels or gangs? Because to me, that sounds way more interesting. Okay, that was nice. Queen Lizzie? There's no fucking way you guys call her that. Oh, mate? You hear Queen Lizzie died? The big Lizzo. No, I think that's someone else. I luckily haven't. Oh man, I love all my famous Australian people, like Kevin Parker and Biscos and Amerlu. Hey, Union. Thank you for stopping by. Nice run, nice run. I don't click Instagram links too. I said I don't click on Instagram links. I only do Twitter or YouTube. I mean, I actually should. There is, but I mean, I don't know if there is, to be honest. But it's harder to, or rather easier to like work around it. If I click on a real link, it's gonna autoplay, and like I don't know what it is. One sec. Battlefield 6. I want to pin this. Regions. Oh yeah, yeah. When you can like chain a couple in a row, it feels so good. I think that's one of the scenario types where you can like actually easily see when you're doing better. Oh yeah, when you chase it forever and it never dies. It's so annoying. Yeah. Thank you, my goat. Go looking. Hola, Naiciño. Yo creo que depende igual del juego y para qué lo quieres usar. En mi opinión, 35 en general es una sense como media alta. Pero es perfectamente usable. O sea, no creo que por esas 35 va a estar en una desventaja porque sí. Yo creo que para Valo, o sea, es una sense usable y no es mala, digamos. O sea, no es una sense que por usar va a estar en una desventaja, eso me refiero con que no es mala. Comparado con el promedio de la sense que ocupan los jugadores de Valorant, está como en un lado un poco más tirada para una sense alta. ¿Eso es bueno o malo? Depende. Te va a dar más movilidad, va a ser más fácil moverte, mirar para los lados, pero va a ser inherentemente un poco más imprecisa o más inconsistente que una más baja. Pero ahí depende también de tu nivel de control del mouse y de muchos otros factores. Put your hands up. Yo diría que es al revés. Nice. Por la falta de stopping power y como es una superficie más fácil de deslizar, una sense más baja te va a dar más estabilidad y más control que uno más alto. ¿Eso significa que tienes que usarla? No. Pero. Pero así es, digamos. O sea, mientras más alta la sense va a ser más difícil de controlar. Y si además le suma que está usando un GlassPad que por sí en general es más difícil de controlar que uno de tela, también va a ser aún más inestable. Entonces, si sientes que estás teniendo un problema con tu mouse o con tu mousepad, quizás la mejor opción sería probar una un poco más baja en vez de una más alta. Exactly, Aaron, exactly. That's what you have to do. Hi, Aaron. How are you, my god? Yeah, you did. I'm sorry. Gracias, estimado. De nada. En todo caso, reitero, cuando uno está apuntando mal o teniendo problemas de aim, a menos que esté usando una sense extremadamente alta o baja, lo más probable es que no sea un problema de la sense, sino que sea un problema de técnica o de cómo te estás moviendo, cómo te estás parando en el mapa, etc. Entonces, sea cual sea la sensibilidad que uses, para que sea más consistente y mejor, tienes que entrenarla. No basta con encontrar un número mágico que no existe. Digamos. Quake Live? Oh man. I think that game is older than you, right? Fundamentos de Valor Name los colegios. ¿Es una rutina de Voltaic? Está. Si quieres experimentar con otra, te recomiendo también que juegues la que acabo de sacar, que se llama Valorant Aim Basics. Está en mi Twitter piñada y también la puedes encontrar en Aimlabs como buscando. Una rutina como. El autor aparece como Aimlabs, digamos, porque la hice para Aimlabs. Vengo a agregar. Nice, nice, nice. Sí, es buena esa rutina. Yo lo sería como los días que te den lata jugar la Fundamentals. Y también quizá como warm-up, sí. Si te gusta jugar algo antes de jugar Valorant. I built Minecraft and Code Modern Warfare. They are too older than me. That's crazy, man. You're so young. Oh, I almost got a PV. No. Ah. Fuck. It was so nice. You see, Splash thing show you're bad every day. I mean, it's not that it's bad. It doesn't tell you you're bad. It basically shows you your errors. So yeah, I know what you mean. Like it can feel negative. I'll whistle Jimmy as a god. Thank you, my god. Yeah, like like here I was cooking. Didn't miss a little bit. Like this part killed me. Yeah, like those couple misses. Okay, last one, and then we move to the benchmark. LG uncle. Okay, buddy. Okay, let's finish a nice run, and we got this. We got this. Come on. Electric. I'm good, thank you. How about you? That's awesome. Like they're having fun with that. With GPU and more RAM, hmm, I don't know. Those all of those things, especially combined, can get quite expensive. I'm sure you could find like cheaper ones or like good deals and stuff. But yeah, it obviously depends on a lot of economic factors. I don't know how easy it is for your family to afford that. What I would do if I were in your position is try to frame it like as something useful for you. Like maybe like don't lie, but like if your PC is really that bad, you could argue that a better one um, could help you out with like school stuff, like actual useful stuff for like your future. That's one part of the argument, and the other part would be to basically say that you're going to be responsible and whatever, but like gaming is like one of the things you're passionate about. So like if possible you would like them to like help you with that because it's something you really like. Then after that it is up to them, of course. Yeah, it is. It like totally blew up the price. No, I totally agree. I don't. But I would argue that the GPU and CPU, like the inner components, are like more important. Even though your monitor or TV rather is very bad, uh, I think that now your problem is like your performance itself, like not the monitor, not only the monitor. can't focus, man. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That's what I mean. Like, if you have to buy stuff in order, it would be like first your PC parts and then the monitor. It doesn't make sense to have a shitty PC with an insane monitor. It won't work at all. Hola, Matia. Hi, Matia. I don't remember if you speak English or Spanish. This one right now is the 599. Come on, bro. Okay, very nice score. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna go get coffee, and then we go back to quad shot. BRB. I'm back, I'm back. He vuelto, mi gente. Let me load up again. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Zoom. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Extra small. Give me 1 sec. Okay. I got 2 more GM scores today and improved the study ones. Nice. Good shit, man. Didn't you get like 2 GM scores yesterday too? You're fucking speed running. That's awesome. Thank you for the follow, Jeremy. I appreciate it. Okay. Nice score. What categories did you get the scores in? Zoom. Are you doing a playlist for static clicking? I'm doing the bench focus routine. I don't know if I don't know if you know what the voltaic benchmarks are, but basically the bench focus routines are like a collection of variations of the benchmarks of that specific category. So like it has like for example for static, it has like the 2 static benchmarks and it has the pokeball versions, the extra small versions, the one with a lot of targets, one with just 2 targets, stuff like that. So like that way you like build the different techniques you need to then get an actual high score on the actual benchmark. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing one of the bench focus ones. That's normal, Litrick. That's just part of like diversifying your training. Like routines such as VDM are good to like have like a general structure you follow, but it's also important that you do different stuff. Like not only to like explore DM trainer, but also to like make you learn faster. Like that's literally how the brain works. Like if you do different but similar stuff, like within the same subcategory, basically, that will also help you with like your usual routine or playlist. That's also normal. Like taking breaks is very important. Your brain needs time to like actually learn all the things you're trying to do, to assimilate them basically. Yeah, that's also a factor for sure. Basically, studying, it's the same thing. Like if you want to learn an instrument, for example, you will benefit from like actually training your scales and stuff like that, of course. But it's also useful to like watch other people play, and especially if they are like way better than you. A GM rank on the BTB score? I think you can. Why wouldn't you? Hola, mi amor. Yo también te amo. 18. Nice. I'm near in the lore, so I don't know if it got changed. I honestly, I haven't been there a lot too. I think we basically made it so you can't get like novice ranks, I think, because there was a limit on how many roles you can have, basically. So we had to make that decision. But I think you can get any advanced one. Is the rank command not working? Oh, it is. Let's go to the Voltec score sheet. Yeah. For advanced, you need to, alongside your score, your rank submission, you have to like accompany a YouTube playlist with like scores. Oh, that could have been so nice. That's a good question, Genesis. I'm not sure. Probably, honestly, probably not many, because like if it was automatic, if we didn't have the like the bot requirement, it would be way more. I'm not sure though. I haven't asked. I think it's the same, Jamie. You should do whatever feels more comfortable to you. Voltaic has like a bigger community built around the benchmarks. So if you like competing and comparing scores and stuff like that, then Voltaic is still probably the best. But the goal of the Ambas benches is that they keep growing in like popularity. But like quality wise, it's like the same. All right, you can pause the run mid run. Yeah, to be fair, that's not a not Kovacs's fault. Like it's a Voltaic requirement, but like most players that are using the aim trainer to train their aim or whatever wouldn't really care about that specific rule. It's like a very niche thing. Fácil a bench de Visco se entran a Aimlabs. No lo sé, pero es algo que hemos conversado como internamente. Pero primero hay que hacer como cambios para poder hacer escenarios más parecidos. It's because you can like the idea of the scenario is that you play it fully in one go. Like your ability to like have that level of aim in the 1 minute time frame is like part of the challenge. That's one thing. The other thing is that you could pause to change your sensitivity mid run. And the other thing is that I think now that that's fixed, but in Kovacs, at some point there was I don't know if it's fixed actually. There was like a cheese you could do, which was basically there are tracking scenarios in particular like PGTI where the body's like bouncing like and it goes a lot to the right, for example. One of the skills you need to learn to play that type of scenario is mouse centering or like resetting your mouse, which is basically knowing when is the most optimal to like if you went all the way here in your pad, when can you go back to the center? But what people were doing is like they were like all the way here, for example, and they were on bot on target. And what they did was pause, recenter, and then play again. And they could keep tracking without having to actually recenter and it affecting their score. Yeah, but it's basically a way to make it harder to cheat. Like if people want to cheat, they will cheat. It's just we gotta try to make it as hard as possible. Yeah, what Shimi did is, I mean, to me, cheating in an entertainer is already like virgin behavior and like cringe as fuck. But what he did was even worse because he also abused uh, the trust of his friends, basically, and as his role as a sort of community figure. So, like, Voltaic is obviously a community, and the mods are people, and they're not robots. So, if I, for example, submit a rank submission, people are just gonna accept it in Voltaic. They're not gonna go over each bot. They're gonna check if all the videos exist or whatever, but they're not gonna check them one by one. So basically, with Shimi, that's what happened. Like people weren't actually checking for cheats because they assumed that because he was acting like a nice guy and he was a community figure and he was friendly and whatever, he was like a trusted person. So that's why I think it's even worse what he did because he fucked up everyone basically. Cheating in game, cheating in co side to friends and people crazy. Yeah, no, crazy type of human. I totally agree. Sudre, stop. Yeah, there's special people. Usually it was a waste. Well, I mean, at least you had the experience. So, like, now you know you wouldn't get it again, but like, you still gave it a chance. Like, I feel like that's good. Okay, a couple more of this, and then we go to the actual benchmark. Yeah, you can. Despite how bad the mobile app is, it has some good stuff like that. Yeah, I think the community is very Twitter centric. Check Discord. I want $10. What? Are you getting scammed? What do you mean you want $10? Oh, okay. I thought you got like a random message of someone like, "Hey, you want $10?" We're talking about shimmer click. Ah, fuck, it was such a nice start. Nice run, bro. So close. Okay, one more. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. I'm gonna take another break because I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then I'm gonna play the actual benchmark. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Thank you for the follow, Agent. How do you pronounce that? Is it Agent? No, 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 no. I hate that shit. How is it actually? How do you say it? What? No, no, no. It's not. I'm just called you AI generated. Jaden. Okay. Now we're doing the actual bench. More than Kovacs. I haven't played Kovacs in months, or I haven't played Kovacs actively in like years. I got used to Aimlabs. I mean, nowadays I work at Aimlabs. I like playing it to like know what it needs. And I got used to it when I worked or when I joined Voltaic and I started making scenarios. I like started using it. I started using Aimlabs way more, obviously. I mean, at first I was, yeah. I joined BT when they were just partnering, or when they, right after they partnered with Aimlabs. So when I joined, I said like, "Hey guys, what can I do to help?" And they said like, the number one thing would be for you to learn scenario creation on Aimlabs. So I did, and now I work at Aimlabs directly. Um, so that's part of the reason. I'm not like, I'm not forced to play Aimlabs. Like if I wanted to play Kovacs, I would play Kovacs. But I'm used to it, and the other reason is that I like the new. I prefer this the season I made for Voltaic, which is Aimlabs season 3. I prefer it. Independent or interesting friends to Aimlabs? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Not that I know of, but maybe. The thing with that is that Aimlabs has its own like account system. So you would have to link your Steam and Aimlabs account, which wouldn't be hard. But the hard part would be that if you want to add your Steam friends, you will need your Steam friends to also have their Steam and Aimlabs account linked, so that at that point it's easier to like just add their Aimlabs account directly. I'm sure there is a way. There's probably a way. I just don't know if it's I don't think it's a priority. Okay. Let's finish a run. Let's finish a decent run. Ah, I'm like need to wake up more. Oh, come on, bro. Look in, look in. My God, bro. I think water. Okay. Nice score, nice score, nice score. Okay. Fuck. I'm missing too much, bro. Oh, very nice score. I'm so fucking close, bro. I'm so fucking close. Ah. Oh, bajón. Oh, bro, come on. Oh my god. I hate static so much, bro. Thank you, Sim. Ay, 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 ay. my god, bro. Fuck. Fuck. So hard, man. Let's go, let's go. Oh my fucking god, bro. No. Is it just part of... I mean, are you playing... What are you playing? Static? But yeah, it's part of like the flicking technique. Like you can train that with um scenarios with like small targets that are like close together, so that you really only isolate like that specific motion. Oh my god, it's just so frustrating. Come on. Yeah, that's where it started. The static inflation. Fuck. Sounds good, Sum. Take care. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my god, bro. No, mi amor, de ti. Vale, yo creo que voy a terminar un rato. Oh my god. I hate this shit, bro. Okay, that's enough. No piece of shit. I still got this. Is there anyone to raid? There's a French guy. Okay, let's try this guy. Okay, everybody. Good night. Take care. Thank you for joining me in my suffering. And less suffering because I don't know when the fuck I'm going to get this show, but it is what it is. Take care. Good night. See you soon. Chao, gente. Los quiero mucho. Muchas gracias por ver. Nos vemos.